Today we have another exciting Throwback Thursday for you.
Joining us this morning is Lori Kent with the Local Lou podcast. Once again, what are you in here to talk about today, Lori?
Oh, well, thanks guys for having me. Earlier this year, I got to do a talk for the Friends of the Big Sioux River for a big fundraiser that they had, and I chose to talk about Seney Island, which in retrospect was a really hard topic to choose. I ended up needing help from the Siouxland Heritage Museums. They helped me with my research. I like to say my podcast is research, not just Googled, so it needed a little bit more of an in-depth plunge. So what is Seney Island? Where was Seney Island? Is there a historical marker? Well, little spoiler alert here, guys. Seney Island doesn't exist anymore. Oh. So it's one of those where a lot of people haven't heard of it because it hasn't been around. But it used to exist, and it used to be on the west bank of the Big Sioux River, right south of the falls. And so there isn't a historical marker for Seney Island, but there is one for the Flandreau colony. And this is located at Kiwanis Park, which is really close to where Seney Island used to be. And that historical marker suggests in 1869, a group of Dakota Native American families were traveling from Niobrara, Nebraska to settle again in Flandreau due to the Fort Laramie Treaty. And they ended up setting up camp there at Seney Island. When Sioux Falls begins to be a city, we start utilizing Seney Island for recreation. It's a place for picnics and fun. But why is it called Seney Island? Well, George Seney was an investment banker, and he ends up buying this land around the falls, like what will be the Queen Bee Mill and the island, and thus it becomes Seney Island. Mm-hmm. It's a place for picnics, like I said, for recreation, there's a suffragette speech there was veteran get-togethers, all of these really fun, exciting things, but also some bad things too. People were dumping garbage, there was a lot of gambling activity, and people had sewers emptying around Seney Island. So there is a big push for the city of Sioux Falls to have Seney Island be one of its first parks. But the Sioux Falls Parks and Rec was just a baby, and it was kind of a really big ask for them because there's a lot of pollution and progress and businesses around the island that were sort of killing the island. The ecosystem wasn't doing well. So it would have been a really big task for a brand new Sioux Falls Parks and Rec to take on. So they don't, and we lose the island. In 1907, a dam is built upstream and the water is diverted away from the island. The channel is filled in, and Seney Island is no longer an island.
Wow. So it's just gone. It's crazy
gone.
To think about the fact that history can just disappear like that. Yeah.
So if people wanted to find this historical marker, how can they find it?
So that's such a great question. Kiwanis Park is this little sliver of a park on the west bank of the Big Sioux River, but right now it's kind of under construction. It is in that big, huge Sioux Steel area, which is just being developed right now.
Okay, so they're gonna have to wait a little bit maybe.
They're gonna have to wait.
To go see this historical marker.
They will, yeah.
But they can check out your podcast and learn a little bit more about it.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I do have a bonus episode of Local Lou on Seney Island.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning, Lori.
Thanks, guys.